Welcome back to Morning at NTV. As the world continues to shatter and shut down as far as the COVID-19 or coronavirus is concerned, in Uganda, the president did call for the cancellation of most of the entertainment events that was set to take place between Wednesday and the next 32 days from Wednesday. So now you're counting 30 days. The students who are in schools must have left the premises by midday today. No student should be in school. I'm talking about pre-primary, primary, secondary, university, and other tertiary institutions. So with that background in your mind, I have two very prolific speakers. I have Andrew Kagwa, an arts and culture journalist with the Daily Monitor. I also have Miss Jojo. Yes, she's a spoken word artist. She's really good. She's going to be telling us how she's using her spoken word initiatives to impact other people in the world, not only Uganda. I have them with me, and you can see them with your own two eyes. A very good morning, ladies, lady and gentlemen.
Good morning.
You're very good?
Yeah.
Mr. Kagwa?
Yeah.
Bane kuyisetia.
It's quite hard. Like, you know how Ugandans can be in their homes at once, something you rarely see.
Okay, let's generalize the conversation. So on Wednesday, the president was like, the people who love to flock bars, no more. The people who love to flock their religious gatherings on a Friday or a Sunday, Saturday, that is no more. But let's focus on your niche, which is the entertainment industry. I'm sure they're already crying by now. They're feeling the pinch. But how bad is it? And if this goes on for the next 4 months, how debilitating will the situation be?
You see, the funny thing is that the president said with immediate effect, and that night, people are out like it's Kiromo. Like, very many people on bus. Like, they were very full. Yeah, but you see, everyone is feeling the pitch. Like, people are meant to feel this pitch, even if this had not gotten to Uganda. Let's say, like, there are very many forms of entertainment. Football is entertainment. And I could tell you that when the Premier League was cancelled, many of the bars felt the pitch, even before it came here. But now when it comes to the entertainers who I really work with, for example, you see, we had quite many, very many shows planned to take place at the National Theatre, and they all had to be cancelled. The comedy night that usually happens every Thursday was cancelled, though some people are quite very innovative around this. But yeah, very many people are feeling the pitch because now very many shows have to go on. Either do not have to go on, or others just have to do them free of charge to entertain, to keep their audience entertained, and that's online.
And I understand you also had a trip that was you were supposed to go to
the
United States.
Yeah. I was supposed to go for a festival that got cancelled. Those ones cancelled, I think, at the beginning of March. They sent us emails and they were like, the festival is no longer happening. It's no longer happening till further notice. There are chances it's not happening this year at all. They will just come back next year. And very many film festivals, by the way, have been cancelled already.
So let's engage the beautiful Jojo, spoken word artist. Please tell us how you do it. How are you impacting the society with your spoken word? And where did you derive the passion, first of all?
I started my spoken word activity back in high school, Gaza High School, and I took it on even when I finished high school. And my actual startup was when I was like the winner of the first poetry slam.
Wow.
So I feel like that gave me a basement to start from there, because after then I started training people how to like recite their poetry, how to bring out the emotion, and me, I'm basically like an emotional poet. I bring it out, like if I need to cry, I will cry, and so on. And I post my poetry either on my YouTube channel or I perform live. Yes. We actually had a show that was supposed to happen today
at the National Theatre,
yes,
but it was cancelled.
Yes.
So let us know how psychologically you were affected by that.
I haven't performed in a long time in person, so I believe people were like excited to see that vibe again, you know, to see that I had come back into action. But then I've also put them down. I put myself down because I'm not going to see a live audience.
But you have the online platform that is working so well. Tell us more about that and how you're going to be actually expounding on that advantage of being online.
Oh, okay. So you just simply search for Jojo Asimwe on YouTube and you will find my spoken word poems, you will find my YouTube channel, so you will, okay, there are very many videos, like other videos that you could find on my channel that could interest your eye, the public eye, and they will also find my poetry there, so they should go ahead. I believe they won't miss out on anything. So if there is anything that I was supposed to perform in person today, they will still be able to find it.
Are you good? Are you good with freestyle?
No, exactly.
Can you give us some spoken word, just briefly, with regards to the COVID-19?
Oh my God!
How would you go about that?
That is such an on-spot thing. I'm more of a prepared poet.
10 seconds.
Oh, oh my God, that's going to take me a while. Let me see.
Okay, as she thinks about it, Kagwa, let me first engage you. Let's talk about, she talked about being online and conducting her business online as the lockdown continues. So would you agree with some of the experts who contend that the ICT Minister and the National Guidance Minister, Judith Nabakova, should suspend OTT for now so that we can, people can verifiably access the vital information that they need with regards to prevention of COVID-19?
Okay, I think it should be scrapped for real.
Voila.
But
go ahead.
but anyway, to tell you the truth, yesterday I was one of the few people that, no, I don't think we were few, we were about 300. We were some of the people that watched Fun Factory's show online, because they were like, the show will go on. So they had their comedy show, as they usually have it on Thursday, but they had it before an empty theater, and they were streaming it online. And people were responding. They even had a number where they were like, you can send mobile money to cater for many of the costs you are facing to bring this to you, and people are responding. So one, it is true, we need to find a way of dealing with this tax so that people can deal with any sort of self-isolation or any sort of staying home that's happening at the moment.
Because I'm imagining if people are crying out there saying they don't have sanitizer and they can't even afford a soap of 500 shillings, and that could be trouble when it comes to paying OTT, that tax daily. And remember, dissemination of information is very critical at this time, and at this time in
that's so true.
To get acquainted.
That's so true. Like, one, people need the information, and okay, even if they can afford these things, one of the things you need to know is that this is the best time to work from home.
That's true.
Indeed.
Like, I don't see why I should carry my laptop to go to the office to do what I can do from home.
And then send it to your workplace.
Yeah, but the only things that end up taking people to the workplace is because it's at the workplace they will find free Wi-Fi. And the Wi-Fi that you won't have to pay OTT to use the social media sites. So in this time, it would be nice if this tax goes, and probably when it goes in the 32 days, they think about it staying there where it goes.
Okay, speaking of the lengthiness of this coronavirus and its impact in the interim, let me engage Josephine. Josephine, do you anticipate business to get more worse now that your very first event was cancelled? Now, if this COVID-19 stays with us for the next 4 months, do you envisage that business might become very unstable?
I feel like right now, the businesses that are actually going to make a lot of money are the online businesses, because people are going to order for food and it will be delivered to their homes. People are going to make money from like their commodities being bought online. Things like Jumia, things like Kiku, those are going to actually make a lot of money. People who are doing online shows, they are going to make money, because the more the views, then the more their money accumulates on their social media platforms. So I think that it's a good thing for the online people, but for the people like in person, for example, people who actually go into the field and actually work, they're probably going to make losses. Maybe if they find a way of situating their businesses online.
Now, speaking of making money, how can one make let me just phrase it this way. Can someone earn a living in poetry?
Someone can. It depends on how you brand yourself. It depends on how much you portray yourself, how much you expose yourself to people out there. So if you do not have a character that, you know, exposes, no one is going to do that for you, because we are not like at that level yet where we are like the celebrities. You have a manager, you have a CEO, you have a producer, and all those people who have signed you. So you have to market yourself.
That's why we want to know, why is poetry still underground?
People don't take it seriously.
I know, right? So tell them why they should take it seriously, and what ways should we, and what major ways can we employ in the interim to improve poetry?
So I perceive poetry like music. It's just a different way of putting it out there. And if you take it seriously the way the musicians and the actors take their art seriously, then that is the same way you are going to achieve your objective. So if you put yourself out there, then you are ready to achieve whatever it is. You're going to get the platform. Because I don't know if people have heard of Genetics, but she is a well-known poet. So she went ahead and put herself out there. She put shows for herself. She put concerts for herself. And that's how she was even able to do world tours.
Jojo, ladies and gentlemen, she's a spoken word artist, very prolific speaker, but she's not the only one I have in studio. Andrew Kagwa, my brother, arts and culture journalist. So many people are running online, but you and I know very well that we do not have the biggest population online as far as internet penetration is concerned, especially in Uganda. So these people, whom are they talking to? It's like they're talking to a 2%. Will all the online activity be effective with the OTT in place?
Okay, one with or without OTT, everything about art. You know, art is a full-fledged business. One of the things we need to understand with art is, art, like any other businesses, you must understand where your market is. For example, I will not tell Matthias Walukaga to hold small online shows because the audience he's targeting could not be there.
Amazing.
But say, if a friend of mine here wants to do an online show, even if it's not a fully fledged show, even if it's just a recite of 5 minutes, I would actually ask her to go ahead, because the audience, there are more chances that audience is actually there. It's the same thing like the people that come for, say, Fun Factory shows, the people that come for poetry in VAC, say, like which other poetry show? Like there are many of those shows. Yeah, the poetry verses. Like there are many of these shows that you see much of their marketing, even when they are happening physically, is online. So they actually have a presence online.
Kagwa, as we wrap up, help us break down some of those events that have been cancelled.
The mainstream and all the others. Okay, like
the notable ones.
The notable ones. At least I know Kenzo lost his festival. He postponed it. There was supposed to be 5 Star Madness in April, at the beginning of April, I think. That's Fun Factory. Salvador was supposed to be coming back with his bi-weekly shows. He also cancelled it. The comedy store was cancelled. And yeah, I know very many friends that usually gig every Thursday or every Wednesday that have had all their shows literally cancelled. So it's quite a very big thing. And then yeah, there are those other sporting or sporting/stroke entertainment events that had to be happening that all got cancelled.
So what are the solutions in the interim? What can they do? 1 minute.
Like them, the organizers,
the entertainment industry. How
the entertainment industry. I think this is the time for entertainers to be very innovative. Right now, you're not meeting the physical audience, but you need to find a way of at least getting to that audience. And I'm one of those people that believe that being online is one of the very, very big solutions that we are going to harness to at least get to one audience that cannot come for shows.
And Jojo, your last parting shots as we wrap up with regards to how this has disorganized your whole schedule. We are wrapping up.
This shouldn't be
and
the
any
end.
future projects.
This shouldn't be the end of anything. We shall keep producing content and putting it out there on our channels, and people will always find it there whenever they come and check in with our channels and so on. So I just don't think that people should entirely cut down their life and their businesses because of the virus. It will all be good with time. All is well.
Jojo and Andrew Kagwa, many thanks for having made the time to actually make your way right here to the studio and speak to us and acquaint the country. People are a bit scared, but then you've revitalized their energy. There's nothing to fear as long as we heed to the guidelines set forth by the government. Now, you refuse to give us a cappella, but I'll be more than glad to give our viewers a cappella as we wrap up. DJ Soebi, give me an instrumental.
Oh my God, for real?
Here comes trouble. Here comes the danger. Welcome the Rasta. DJ Swebi, give me an instrumental. Here comes trouble. Here comes the danger. Sent by the Savior. Welcome the Rasta youth. Morning at NTV.